Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, let's see here. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Mimi Show. We're going to talk about how the gas prices are going up a little bit and how this war is costing a whole bunch of money. Hi, Daisy Lee. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. It's a beautiful day in your neighborhood. A beautiful day in your neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? There's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Hello, Cece. I want to have a shout out to Paulie and Danny Robinson. They were on live last night. I would love to do a recap. I may do a recap tonight on that, on Danny and Paulie's live. There's a beautiful day in your neighborhood, a beautiful day in your neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a beautiful day in your neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That song is stuck in my head. There's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day, a beautiful day, a beautiful day. Where my fans at? Where my fans at? Woo-hoo-hoo. Fanadoo. Oh, Fanadoo. Where are my fans at? No, I don't think so because I haven't been back on Proton. Let me see what you got, CC.
This is your World War III update. I'm uploading this video to the Canadian Prepper channel because it's imperative that this message gets out to my broader audience and not.
I see your video, CC. I'm proud of Polly too. Good for you, Polly, for getting the police on that crazy person. It's a crazy person. Good for you, Polly. Good for you. She went on Danny's last night and told us that she's being harassed and targeted by Maggot. She threatened her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have missed it too. It's in the middle. Me too, Lisa. I am so glad she's finally going to get her just due. Okay, let me go back. Okay, thank you, Cece. I appreciate you telling me that. I do appreciate that. Cece, would you like to be a mod? That's the dog. That's Rock-a-Doolittle. He wants a tree to do. So I got to get my butt up and go get him a treat. Thank you, Cece. Let me know if you want to be a mod. Let's see. Trump hides war deaths.
Donald Trump is panicking as his unlawful war against Iran is beyond catastrophic. We are learning about more U.S. service members who have been killed in combat. The number is now officially 7 servicemen
Have been. What's wrong, Rock-a-Doolittle? Ain't no trees. Rock-a-Doolittle. There. There's your tree. There's your tree to do.
members killed in combat. That
Seven soldiers have been eliminated from this war. 7. That's what they're saying. Do we believe it? Oh, you are mod. Sorry about that, Cece. Keep me posted on that, Cece. I totally understand what you're saying. I probably shouldn't have done that, but probably eventually I'll take it out. Okay. Who let the dogs out? Roof, 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 roof,
roof. We are aware of. Remember, the Trump regime lies. I just want to say that. Also, apparently, an 8th service member died, apparently through circumstances that the Trump regime is not giving any details on. So 8 service members actually dead in this war against Iran. We are now seeing the single largest oil shock in world history right now. We're losing about 20 million barrels of oil supply per day, with the Hormuz Strait being closed essentially based on this war against Iran. In addition, markets are crashing all throughout Asia, Australia, throughout the entire world. Stock markets are crashing. The U.S. futures, as of last night, was absolutely crashing. The Dow, NASDAQ, S&P down more than 2%, and that looked like it was going to get worse and worse by the minute. And speaking about by the minute, the price of oil exceeding $115 per barrel. We're likely going to see $4 to $5 a gallon gasoline on average here in the United States. And the price of diesel is going to be even more than that. I mean, you look at some of the markets yesterday, whether it was South Korea's market down 7%, Taiwan 6%, Japan 6%, Australia 4%, a global economic meltdown caused by Donald Trump and his despicable regime. Yesterday, Donald Trump was golfing at Doral, his resort in Miami, Florida, and he was forcing people to clap for him as he would walk around, and then he would frantically call reporters. Like, he even called the Times of Israel to say, "Look how great I'm doing. Isn't this amazing?" To which the Times of Israel reporter said, "Well, when does this end? You know, are you able to withdraw on your own, or do you have to wait for Netanyahu in order for this war against Iran to end? Because the global devastation that you're causing is absolutely massive right now." And Trump says, "You know, it'll be a mutual decision. Me and Netanyahu are going to figure it out together. Trump says, how great is Netanyahu? He's doing an amazing job. An amazing job? What the hell are you talking about? It doesn't get much more catastrophic and devastating than this. Interestingly, Lindsey Graham, who is out there saying, yesterday morning on the morning shows, we're going to bomb the hell out of Iran. We're going to bomb the hell out of you. When more details, I guess, came out about how Israel was targeting these oil depots in Iran, basically turning all of Iran into what looks like a nuclear winter. The entire country was engulfed in these black clouds from the oil, and just thinking about not just the thousands of people who have been killed in Iran by the United States and Israel right now, but in the future, the people who are going to get cancers and other illnesses as a result of what has transpired. I mean, you saw those images yesterday in Tehran where as a result of the oil being blown up, these oil depots being blown up by Israel and seeping into the sewage, you had basically this ignition moment where the flames literally engulfed the whole of Tehran. And meanwhile, in Tehran and in Iran proper in general, as you know, they've elected a new Ayatollah, Manchaba, the son of the old Ayatollah. And you had people now who are even against the Ayatollah in Iran, very supportive of this regime now, rallying around the Ayatollah, rallying around Iranian nationalism. Trump lost the people who were out there even protesting against the Ayatollah before. And a lot of the chants you're hearing in the street is, we now got a younger Ayatollah. It was Khomeini, who is 84, 85 years old. We now have his son. His son, Mojaba, who's the new Ayatollah, was greeted with huge applause in the streets. I mean, the people of Iran are more entrenched than ever right now against the United States. Everything that Trump and his regime and Netanyahu's done has absolutely backfires. And Mojaba's a more extremist, more of a zealot, more of a hardliner than even his father, Ayatollah. And his father's been killed, and all of his family members have been killed by the Trump regime in the United States. So you think this guy's going to be out there doing negotiations with the United States? Trump and the United States and Trump's regime at this point wants desperately to get a ceasefire, but Iran's like, why would we do a ceasefire with you right now at all? We see that you're bringing down the global markets. You have
they're like, why would we do a ceasefire with you? And you're over here bombing us, and then you're over here trying to take our oil, take our resources, and then lie to the people and say there's a mass destruction. Like, come on. Why would they surrender? I wouldn't if I were them.
Destroyed all of your alliances. You have not been able to defeat Iran. Iran just picked its new Ayatollah. They showed that they could have this transition of power. And sure, the United States and Israel, you're hitting Iran hard. You're blowing up oil depots and desalination posts. But Iran's like, well, we'll strike back also. We'll hit the desalination posts of Bahrain and some of the Middle East neighbors. One of the big issues in the Middle East, even bigger than oil, which right now is an utter disaster, as you basically have all of the nations in the Middle East shutting down productions of oil. But desalination is like the biggest issue. Purified water. They don't have a lot of water in the desert, or purified water out there. So when Israel goes and attacks Iran's desalination, Iran's plan was, okay, well, now we're going to hit the desalination in Bahrain and all of the neighbors, and we can knock out all of the water that goes, to example, to Bahrain or Qatar or Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates, and we shut down the water. You kill people because the people aren't able to drink. People aren't able to access water. So this massive global crisis has been unleashed by Donald Trump and his despicable regime right now. And the people of Iran more entrenched against Trump and this regime than ever before. And what's Donald Trump doing again? He was walking around Doral, his resort in Miami, Florida yesterday, golfing and sending messages like this. This is a real post from Donald Trump last night.
Golf.
Short-term oil prices, which will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over, is a very small price to pay for USA.
Thank you, Daisy Lee. You're such a sweetheart. Give it up for my mod, Daisy Lee. Put some fans and some chat in the chat for Daisy Lee and some hearts. Thank you so much for my super chat, super sticker. Thank you for my super chat, super sticker. Yay. Wow. Why would Iran cease fire? They never started firing.
And world.
He's golfing and tweeting at the same time. He's supposed to be running the country, but talked about Obama playing golf. Come on. Come on. Short-term oil prices. What does that mean? Does that mean that tomorrow the oil prices are going to go down? Because they're up now. Donald Trump is telling a story. He is not telling the truth. Short-term oil prices, which will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over. There is no nuclear threat. Stop lying on Iran. God, he's lying. There's no nuclear threat. Debbie, why does he keep lying about a nuclear threat? And we know now that there's not a nuclear threat. He's lying. Then why is he playing golf? Why is he out there playing golf and he's at war with Iran? Does that make sense? It's like business as usual for him. He doesn't care. Is that word on the curb? Short-term oil prices, which will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over. That could be decades from now. That could be decades from now. He's a doofus. It's very small price to pay for USA and world safety and peace. First of all, we were never in danger. We were never in danger. What is he talking about? And who is he talking about? Why is he making up these stories for us to believe them? There's no nuclear. Stop the nonsense. No, this isn't a small price to pay. This is a promise you said that we was not going to have to pay all this money in gas prices and for food. And not to mention, SNAP has been removed. Why would you remove SNAP from those people that need it, that don't have that extra income, that don't have that extra person in the house to help with finances? Mothers struggling to feed their kids, and he gets rid of SNAP. Snap, snap, snap. Where's the snaps, Donald Trump? I thought you were going to deal with fraud. I didn't know you were going to take the whole program away. Why don't you fix the program before you take the program completely away?
Safety and peace. Only fools would think differently. President DJT. Remember when he was in charge during COVID, or I should say, was not in charge, but was in the Oval Office during COVID? Like a miracle, it's all going to go away. We'll bend the curve by Easter. It's all.
You don't know anybody's situation. You don't know if they had money at one point and then got broke the next. You don't know what people's situation are. You have no idea what people's situation is. So you can't pass judgment on whether they should have kids or not. That's not your determination. Yeah. No, people that need help, people that are unfortunate. Sometimes you find yourself in that situation. Like, say, for instance, my mother was in that situation when my mom and father got a divorce, and my mom had to suddenly get a job to try to take care of us. So, in the meantime, she needed some help with the government's help. So, she got on food stamps to help us eat. And it was temporarily, but she used the system to help feed her children. But you wouldn't know anything about that because I guess your life was perfect, planned wonderfully. No one had to get in. You didn't need any help. You was born with a silver spoon. It was horrible. Cutting it off completely is horrible. A lot of people, a lot of kids are going to start going hungry. This is Polly and Danny's live last night, guys. Check it out. You can find it in my community post. Yeah, so I heard Megan and Harry are going to Australia on another royal visit. They need to stop with the royal visits. And I think Charles needs to do something about it because it doesn't look good. Yeah, so if you go to my community and just click on there, it's going to be there, or it's in the comment section. That's Danny and Maggot. Danny and Polly's live about Maggot, how she's been harassing her and threatening Polly to the point where Polly had to get police involved. Maggot is running around like an unhinged person, threatening to call my husband's job, threatening to call my neighbors, threatening to call my family. Go right ahead. Go right ahead and do what you need to do, because the more you do, the more trouble you're going to get in. Finally, they're doing something about it. And I called the police again today and told them that she has been harassing and been annoying and whatever the case may be. And we'll see what happens. And if you have been abused and used by Maggot, there's a phone number out there for victims. There's a phone number out there for victims. So she seems to think that she is not this villain of YouTube. You are the villain of YouTube. She is the villain of YouTube. She needs to be called out. People need to bring awareness about who she is because she's a dangerous individual, very dangerous person. This is crazy, Marine. She needs to get somewhere and sit down and stop pretending that she's a real royal. It's just weird that Donald Trump is saying that Iran have a nuclear weapons. It doesn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. That's how stupid it is. And then you got Lindsey Graham running around acting like a toad. We're gonna blow them up. Blow who up? I like that, CC. That is really nice. Oh, yeah. Let me flip. I know I'm going back and forth, but I just want to say that Polly is really being harassed. She's really being targeted by Maggot. She really is going after Polly, calling the police, having the police come by her house. That's harassment.
All going away. I promise you, he is a liar. So as I mentioned, he called Times of Israel and he was asked by the Times of Israel reporter whether he alone would decide when the war with Iran ends or if Netanyahu would also have a say. Donald Trump says, again, while he's walking around his property in Doral, I think it's mutual a little bit. We've been talking. I'll make a decision at the right time, but everything's going to be taken into account. Asked whether Israel could continue the war against Iran even after the U.S. decides to halt its strikes, Trump declined to entertain the theoretical possibility before adding, I don't think it's going to be necessary. Donald Trump went on to say that he thinks that he goes, we'll see what happens regarding the new Ayatollah Manshaba. What else did Donald Trump say in this interview? Regarding Netanyahu, Donald Trump said, this was on Sunday, Donald Trump said, Netanyahu and I have done a great job together, like what we're doing with Iran right now. Donald Trump then says Iran was going to destroy Israel and everything else around it. Now look what we have. Look what we have done. We have destroyed them. And Trump says he's not surprised by how widespread support for Iran war is in Israel, joking that the only thing more popular there is his own favorabilities. He says that he's joking. Donald Trump thinks this is all one big funny thing right here, especially as we learn more and more details that, yes, indeed, the United States blew up the elementary school in Manab in Iran. It was our Tomahawk missiles that did it. It's basically undisputed.
I got a note back from the police department. They said that they're waiting to hear back from Maggot. Maggot, call the police station. Okay, you see them calling you. You know exactly who they are. Yes, I called the police on Maggot this morning and reminded them what type of person she is. Okay, and they said that they were going to call her and they're not able to get in contact with her at this moment. Rocky, you've had 3 treats, no more treats.
At this point, and our regime is just covering it up. And I don't want to have to convey that news to. That's what I do. They're telling you the truth. It's tragic. It's sad to me that is something that's catastrophic that has happened. But that is what the United States is.
Yeah,
that's what we've become. That's what we are under the Trump regime. You know,
that's what we become. We blew that school up like it wasn't nothing and walked away and said it wasn't us. and pretend that we're just going to sweep that under the rug too. That's a war crime that needs to be looked at. And then you got Lindsey Graham with his ding dong, the wicked witch is dead self running around talking about blowing people up. Who are you, you idiot? Illegals have stolen. Oh, please, here we go. They're stealing from us. Oh, boy. Ruby, Robin? No, Robin. That's not true. She's big and bad behind the screen, but confronted, you're a coward. If I was to confront you in real life, you would run like a coward, like a bitch. Yep, you would run. You couldn't fight fair. You don't know how to fight fair. You hide behind that screen. She looks like the type, Lisa, that would get beat up every day at school. She looked like she would get beat up. She doesn't look like she can do anything. She just looks like she's full of this. You're full of talk. But when it comes to the real deal, thank you, meal situation, no, they're not going to do much, but at least they're going to call. At least they're going to do something. At least they could leave her a message and tell her to leave people on these YouTube streets alone. Do you know she lied to the police yesterday and told them that she didn't know who Paulie was after she called Paulie and tried to get, after she called the police and told them to do a welfare check? How dumb is she?
And it brings absolute pain to me. Donald Trump goes, Bibi's done a great job. He's a wartime prime minister. Look at how well we work together. Many people will disarm because of the war against Iran. Right now, Iran is in a position that it's never known before, and it's only going to get worse for them. Really? Because let me show you what's going on in Tehran right now, where you can see the chants that are going on in the streets right now. While Donald Trump was out there saying that, here you have the people out there with the announcement of the new Ayatollah saying, here I am at your service, Khomeini. Here, play this clip.
It's all gone wrong. Ha ha. Your pup only barks when you stop the video. Start the video, your pup will stop. Okay? This is his third treat. It's all gone wrong. She won't even answer the phone. She would run if confronted face to face. She's not answering the phone. My police officer called her. She ain't mentioned that, how she didn't answer the phone. Scaredy cat. Her IP in her video will bring them straight to her door. She won't be able to get out of them going to her door for threatening Paulie and the fam. So when I was on the phone with the police officers wanted me to send her threatening and saying the stuff that she said. So I sent it. She says she's just showing your LinkedIn. I said, I don't want her showing my information. I said, who gives her the right to do that? That's against YouTube policies. Well, she's not committing a crime. It's a civil issue. I said, I'm not taking her to court for something civil. I said, but the harassment has to stop. I have a 5-year-old. I have a husband. She's threatening to call his job like she did the other day, threatening to call my family, the police on my family, and to call my neighbors and my mom and my family, you idiot. I reached out to her police. I did. This is who I was talking to earlier today. I was talking to them and I sent them a video of her showing my stuff. And I said, regardless, she's still doing it and telling people where to go get my information. She's an idiot. I had a neighbor who, for 10 years, made my daughter and myself life a misery. Oh, God, sorry about that, Maureen, with her lies and bullying. We ended up taking her to court for a non-harassment order. She ended up moving house. Oh, that was good. Good for her. She said she didn't know Polly, but meanwhile openly admitted she called on her live. Make it make sense. She knows she's a liar. Just like she said she's an intern. Maggot lies. She told the judge real quick, like, I'm an intern. I'm not making any money. No, you're a liar. She's a liar and she committed perjury. You did. And you committed fraud. You ended up committing fraud. And you would go to jail if you were here in Texas. Don't ever visit Texas. You have a record. I have something on you. Paulie has something on you. Too many people hiding behind computers thinking they don't not be consequences for their action. Maggots, she's a magadoo.
And here the people are shouting in favor of having Khomeini be the next Ayatollah. You can see for yourself.
حضرت آیت الله العظما سید مجتبی خامنه ای رهبر عزیز ما ولی فقیه ما الله اکبر.
Now contrast that to Donald Trump in Doral at his resort as guests clapped for him as he was golfing while he was doing all of this. Play this clip. Now also on Donald Trump's social media.
That's that stupid stuff. That's right. It's all gone wrong. Too many people hiding behind computers thinking there's not be any consequences for their actions. Comment of the moment. That's right. Give it up for it's all gone wrong. Hide behind that computer pretending that we're just people on a screen. I like that comment. That was really good. This is putting too much stress on you, Lady Letitia. That owl needs consequences. The stress will be very bad for your mental and psychological health. No, Maureen, she is not making me. I used to be stressed. I was stressed going to court. I was stressed when she was giving out my information. That I was stressed around that time. I'm not stressed anymore. I am just an advocate for those that come in contact with her is to stay away from her. And this is the reasons why. It is just bringing about awareness of who people are on these YouTube streets and that you have to be extremely careful who you come in contact with and who you so-call your friend. Yes. The lady asked me, she says, How do you know her? I said, we were once friends, but she got mad that I became friends with someone else. And she's been messing with me ever since. Daisy, there will never be peace and harmony on YouTube streets. As long as people are going to hate people or be disrespectful, inhumane, and do stupid stuff to stupid people, do stupid stuff to people, not stupid people, excuse me, then there will always be vitriol on these YouTube streets, because you'll always have somebody like Maggot and Timmy Tuckett and think that they can get away with just saying and doing anything. Yeah, calling people sluts, calling 5-year-olds sluts. Maggot calling the police and doing fake welfare checks is dangerous. She thinks it's like a teenager. She does kid stuff. She's an overgrown hippo. Okay? Maggot is a overgrown hippo. Exactly. I've never came in contact with anything as evil as she is. I've never come in contact with someone as evil as she is. She's dangerous. She's all sweet and nice at first, but one wrong move and she will turn and dox and harass. She thinks she's untouchable. She does.
Media platform. They are running ads. So he's taking paid ads that say, should we stop attacks on Iran? Yes or no? And when you click the ad, it then brings you to a place where you can buy golden Trump products right now. Also, in addition to the U.S. casualties, Israel sustaining casualties. Israel's talking about how the war that it's involved in southern Lebanon right now is going to take a long time. 2 soldiers at least died in southern Lebanon right now, and many others injured. We also don't fully know how many American soldiers really have been seriously wounded, in addition to eight dead. The Trump regime is saying 9, but the Trump regime lies about everything. Oh, and regarding the possibility of people getting drafted, Trump's not ruling out a draft and ground troops and a draft. Here's Donald Trump's chief propagandist, Caroline Leavitt, not ruling out the draft. Let's play it.
Yeah, and the president had an...
Are you kidding me? Are they still drafting people? Doesn't that mean drafting, meaning taking people, making people fight for the country that didn't sign up to fight for the country? Take it upon themselves to make you become a war person? Is that what that means? It is, Lisa. I've never had to deal with anything so evil and so sinister in my life. Yeah, the venom and the stuff that is only thing that comes out of her mouth. That vile and stanky ASS human that will have to face the one who decided if she gets to rest in heaven or live on the hot place. Exactly. You don't think your consequences is going to, you still are going to have the consequences after you leave this earth. So if you think that you can continue to hide behind that computer and pretend that you are exempt from accountability. You're wrong, maggot. And my God, the number of people that don't like you is endless. There's an endless list of people that do not care for you. I'm one of them. I'm the head of that pack. Yeah. But can you believe she called the police to do a welfare check on Polly, and then it was all a joke? Talking about she cares about her friend. This used to be her friend. Hot jam. Well, why are they talking about the draft? Why bring the draft up? What the hell are they talking about? Draft.
Interesting exchange on Air Force One over the weekend, Carol. I want to get your take about this idea of troops on the ground. Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be. And President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians.
He's a liar. Okay. Our president lies to us and tells us one thing and does another. There's not going to be any war. There's war. Your eggs and stuff are not going to cost a lot. They do. Gas prices are going up. I wonder. We're in a recession. What about that? And then he takes snaps and your medical away from you. What the hell are we supposed to do about medical? What about that, Debbie? About him taking away the medical and the stamps. But, he's going to have a better program. Sure. Start calling her mom. Let her mom know she's off her meds. Exactly. I really do believe that. She needs a call. Her mom needs a call, even if her mom can't speak English. Hey, there's something wrong with your daughter. She's playing with the court system. That's why she lost. You got your butt whooped in court. Spank-a-doolittle. Okay, guys, guess what we're going to do? And I know that we probably shouldn't, and I should be moving in silence, and I shouldn't be talking about her, but I don't care. I am going to let people know who she is. We're going to wrap this one up, and then we're going to move on. Oh my God, he said he was going to release the Epstein files. What happened with that? Why are they not releasing all the Epstein files, City? He said that he would never start a war, City. Here we are in a war. He said our food prices wouldn't go up, City, but our food prices are going up. The lies are endless. He said that Iran has nukes. That's a lie. Just one. There's so many. Are you being funny, City? Just one lie. There's a lot of them. Sure, lay blame. All this crap been getting worse since woman got a voice. What? Sure, lay blame. Hello. Ludan. The SNAP beneficiaries should stay off of TikTok. What do you mean? Who are y'all talking about? This is dangerous and will dox you. I heard the name maggot. It's maggot, like a maggot. No, and why would we be doxxed? What did we do? Tuska. I can't say your name. Tick. How about that? Oh, Riley, uh-oh. Let's look at this. Okay, I will do that right after this one. But God, can you believe it? Talking about rallying troops. Yeah, there's something wrong with that chick. It is. It is. She's unhinged. And for some reason, I feel like she's going to get off of YouTube. My food prices aren't down. I spent $100 and I'm trying to look and find out what the hell is where the food go. Don't be ignorant. There's no way you can release all the scene files without doxing innocent people. No, that is not true. What innocent people? They need to bring those scum buckets to trial and stop sweeping that under the rug, city. Yeah, right, Debbie. This is a war. This is a war he's starting. Yes, it is. Troops. That's next, city. Listen to what she's saying.
Politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but
150 children died at a school, and he's talking about this is a success. How is this a success? Close to getting nukes. So since they close to getting nukes, we need to run over there and make sure that they're not. Is that what's going on, city? They said that they would not do that. And they haven't gone back on their word. So we're going to go over there and F with them over coulda, shoulda, might, maybe. That's just like them. They almost got eggs at the store. No, it ain't no almost. You can't start a war on almost. Hello, the JR. Not necessarily. We have some of you in here. Trust me. We have other people besides you in your city. Debbie believes in your cause. Right, Debbie? Not check yourself with the words. Don't call me dummy. Maggots. Yeah, maggot. Uh-huh. Hello, Robo.
the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table.
In addition, here's Pete Hegseth when he was asked on CBS yesterday about whether he can assure the American people that the United States did not strike the elementary school in Manab, killing 150 children and like over 185 people total. By the way, our intelligence service is telling members of Congress that the United States did it. It's been independently confirmed over and over again.
It's funny how they say nuclear capability. This is that stupid stuff. That's like I'm telling you, Debbie, believe you may have a gun in your house. I'm not 100% sure, but it is a possibility because you can carry a gun in Texas. That's what I'm talking about. A possibility, capability, almost, coulda, shoulda, woulda. No, that's that stupid stuff. It's the stupid.
If you look at the crater sites of where the Tomahawk missile struck, you'll see nearby, like a few blocks away, there's Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps buildings and other buildings like that. And so you see whatever was.
You know what? I don't understand why Trump supporters have to be rude and disrespectful. Debbie's not disrespectful. She is very kind-hearted, nice. She's the nicest Trump person I've ever met in my life. You guys can take notes from Debbie, okay? That is so true. This is the worst administration in our history. No, that's not true, Pat. Stop letting them feed you the lie. They wasn't 2 months away from a nuclear weapon. Okay? No. That's what they want you to believe. Oh, Eric Reed says they have been saying Iran is close to a nuke since the 1980s. That long? Trump, I can't say his name, are liars. Yep, they keep lying. I know it. Capability, maybe. It doesn't make sense. It is either it is or it isn't. You can't have it half in and half out. Wow, the UK food prices have risen so much. One, is it because of the tariffs? There are thousands of people relying on food banks to feed their kids. Isn't very sad. When we're Marine, he's getting rid of food banks and Meals on Wheels here in Texas. My mom gets Meals on Wheels. It's a pantry. But I told my mom, I said, soon and very soon, they're going to cut that out. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we're at $4 a gas, Lisa. Yep. 3.79. $4 a gallon. No, he came out with a statement and said that the gas prices are going to be up for a moment until this war, until we find out what's going on with the nukes. That's what he said, Lisa. We need to find out what's going on with the nukes in Iran. And until then, our gas prices are going to be up. So hang tight. That's that stupid stuff. No, it's not about nukes. Pat, leave then. Leave out the door. Okay. Aviation. That's
used to target it, specifically picked all of these buildings in the surrounding area to blow up. And you can see the Tomahawk craters in it. Anyway, here's what Hegseth had to say. Let's play it.
You were asked earlier in the week about this girls' school. You said the U.S. was investigating it. Have you made any conclusions about whether or not the United States, inadvertently or not, was involved in any military strike at that school?
Well, we're still investigating, and that's where.
You're still investigating it. How long is it going to take? You know. Yeah, Lisa, that's right. The love. I love Debbie. It would be boring as heck if we all agreed on everything. It would be the love. I love Debbie too. She's awesome. And she brings some good points and valid information. She does. I listen to Midas Touch. It's the Midas Touch. Turn to gold. Well, whatever. I like what he has to say. He tells the truth. He doesn't sugarcoat it and sweep it under the rug and lie to me. I'm not lied to. At least I'm knowing the truth. That tells you something. Why would I not care about civilians? That's right. It's all gone wrong. Get to know your neighbors. I know my neighbor. Well, it costs you 30, so it'll cost me 60. It'll cost me about 60 to fill my tank. Hello, Tune the News. That's right, Daisy. Eric says, Pat, where do you get your news? Tune the News.
Where I'll leave it today. But what I will emphasize to you and to the world is that unlike our adversaries, the Iranians, we never target civilians.
Have you made any?
How are you going to say what you don't do and you're still investigating it? And now you're going to put the blame on them. Oh, we don't target at schools. It's still under investigation, but just so you know, we don't target schools, unlike our adversary. Stop trying to give them a bad name. We already know about them. We're talking about us, what we have accountability for. Stop sweeping stuff under the rug and sugarcoating stuff. And if you did it, you did it. It's still under investigation. It's going to be under investigation for the rest of forever. You're never going to come up with the real truth about what happened to that school because you're not really doing an investigation on there. You're covering it up. You guys are the biggest cover-ups. If we hadn't seen those unalivened on TV from ICE, they would be spinning that story to us. Like Donald Trump would be spinning it like this man right here is spinning it.
Any conclusions about whether or not the United States, inadvertently or not, was involved in any military strike at that school?
Well, we're still investigating, and that's where I'll leave it today. But what I will emphasize to you and to the world is that unlike our adversaries, the Iranians, we never target civilians.
There was the report.
I don't believe shit they say.
Late in the week from two officials that it was likely U.S. involvement. Is that report false?
It was
I've already said we're investigating.
If you could tell the American public it definitively was not us, you would tell us, wouldn't you?
Right.
I would say that it's being investigated, which is the only.
Yeah, as I noted earlier, this is the largest oil supply shock in history,
That's a
losing
good
20 million
question.
barrels a day. The top oil supply shocks in history right now.
The only
He said, if it was us, would you tell us? Would you tell
unlike
the
our
truth?
adversaries, the Iranians, we never target civilians.
There was a report late in the week from two officials that it was likely U.S. involvement. Is that report false?
I've already said we're investigating.
If you could tell the American public it definitively was not us, you would tell us, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you?
I would say that it's being investigated, which is the only.
It's been investigated. That's the only thing that I can tell you. Yes or no? Did they do it or not? Stop hiding. We didn't do it. I know that for a fact. If it had a, because we just don't do those things, but our adversary does. That is just really crazy, because if they had did it, then where's the outrage for them doing it? This is that stupid stuff. No, he's not. He's just pretty much factual. That's what I get. Matter of fact. That's what I get from him. Having a good neighbor you can trust and rely on is like having extended family around you. That's right, Marine. The vertical lives are brutal. Are they? So much for protecting women and children. If it wasn't U.S., and the U.S. would be saying who it was. Exactly. Exactly. Another wonderful post comment by It's All Gone. It's all gone wrong. Exactly. Span IRCG has taken responsibility for the strike on the school. Who is them people? Who is those people? Debbie? Oh, who made the call? Who made the call? Who made the call?
Yeah, as I noted earlier, this is the largest oil supply shock in history, losing 20 million barrels a day. The top oil supply shocks in history right now, the Strait of Hormuz closure, 20 million barrels a day. The next closest thing was the Iranian Revolution in 1978, where there was a 5.5 million barrel a day loss. In the Russia-Ukraine war in 2022, there were about 2 million barrels a day that were lost then. I just think about other statements that Donald Trump's made over time as well. Like, remember October 1st, 2024, when Donald Trump said, oil is up, the world is crashing, we need Trump. That's what he said then. Or how about when he was in office on July 1st, 2025, Donald Trump says he's waiting for lower oil prices to fill up the country's strategic petroleum reserve. We think it's going to get lower. When the market is right, we'll fill it up. So he screwed us also by not filling up the strategic reserve when he should have filled up the strategic reserve. Again, in every aspect, that's why I want to go through this in detail with you, so you can just see it for yourself, piece by piece, right here. Anyway, I'll mention this. While all of this is taking place, Donald Trump's private business, the Trump Org, filed trademarks to put Donald Trump's name front and center at America's 250th in one filing submitted on Friday. This is where his priorities are. Yeah. A Trump 250 image was trademarked to be used on a variety of merchandise, by the way, including putting his name on the American flag, Trump 250 over the American flag. And this is how they're going to grift and
put his name on the American flag. Listen, my daughter is not going to be going to school saying, I pledge allegiance to Donald Trump, the United States Donald Trump of America. Okay? That's that stupid stuff. Putting his name on the flag. That's their business, Debbie, not ours. And we're not over there to save the people. So that's a bunch of BS. We're not trying to help the Iranians. That's just another lie. You know, if we don't care about them immigrants, we don't care nothing about Iranians. Why would we care about them and we don't care about the immigrants? Hello? Is anybody home? That's right. Gaslighting everyone. Have his name on the flag. Put Donald Trump's name on the flag. All in favor, put a 1 in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe
additional money.
button.
It's all one gigantic grift from this Trump regime. And I also mentioned America's United States evacuating its Saudi Arabia embassy. As I mentioned before, Qatar, Iraq,
Okay.
Kuwait.
Hold on. Sorry about that. I got a text from my girl, Danny Robinson. Oh, I like when I get messages from her.
Essentially shutting down its production of oil because it can't store it anymore. It can't send the oil out, so its storage facilities are full. So therefore, it can't keep producing because it has to go and be transported somewhere. So they don't have any more place to put the oil, so they have to shut down the production. And this is where we're at right now. Markets crashing. The price of
the market is crashing. The market. What we're gonna do? What we're going to do when they come for you, bad boys, what they're going to do, what they're going to do when they come for you.
Of oil surging past $115 a barrel, international markets crashing. By the way, Bitcoin crashing, even
everything's crash-a-do-little. Everything is crashing down, but Donald Trump is lying to us. Donald Trump is lying to us a-do. Donald Trump is lying to us a-do. Yeah. Yeah, ballroom. He wants his name on the flag. He wants his face somewhere else. He's the face of the devil. So is Maggot. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is entertainment purposes only. Thank you, Daisy. It feels different. It does. It does feel different.
Areas like gold and silver aren't doing well right now. Again, what an absolute disaster from this Trump regime. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. It's the latest developments. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers, please.
Come on, let's get to 7,000.
Stay plugged in.
Let's get to 7,000 subscribers, guys. Okay. All right, we're gonna shut down this live. Okay. Well, let me just see what this is real quick.
All hell is breaking loose throughout the entire world as Donald Trump's disastrous and unlawful invasion of Iran is backfiring in Donald Trump's face. It is destroying the economies of countries throughout the entire world. Prime Minister Carney of Canada tried to do some emergency intervention by calling Donald Trump yesterday afternoon. Carney posted the following message. I spoke with President Trump this afternoon on a range of issues, including the economy, developments in the Middle East, and trade relations between our two countries, and we agreed to stay in close contact. Before being the Prime Minister of Canada, Prime Minister Carney led the Bank of Canada. He also led the Bank of England through financial crisis. And right now, the world is in perhaps the biggest financial crisis ever. This is one of the biggest shocks, if not the biggest shock to oil supply ever in the history of humankind, caused by Donald Trump right now. We have oil production shut down essentially in Iraq, in Kuwait, in Qatar, in Bahrain. Right now, we see the price of oil going to $115 a barrel. This may be $150 a barrel very soon. We have stock markets throughout the world crashing as a result of Donald Trump's conduct. South Korea, Taiwan, Japan, Australia saw their markets crash. The United States market crashing as well. You have the Prime Minister, who's also the Foreign Minister of Qatar, sitting down for an interview with Sky News, saying that de-escalation is needed immediately. The Prime Minister, Al Thani, and Foreign Minister of Qatar praised the support of European allies and sent a message to the United States, which is de-escalate already, stop this. Let's just end this already. What are you doing? Watch Al Thani, the Prime Minister of Qatar, on Sky News. Here, play this clip.
For the US, we would like to see a de-escalation. We would like to see an end for this conflict, a diplomatic solution that addresses our concerns as well as their concerns.
Much has been made about the UK and Europe's response or the lack of. What's your take on how they have reacted to this conflict?
Well, honestly, from our perspective, all our European partners has been providing us with significant support, whether it's politically, whether it's in any of the supply chain issues that we have. United Kingdom has provided an outstanding support for Qatar. We have the joint squadron working together with our pilots, and we are very grateful for this partnership and for this alliance. I don't know why they say that Europe doesn't do anything. Maybe on the general level, but on the level of bilateral relationship with us and with other GCC partners.
Yeah, despite Donald Trump and his regime lying and saying that Iran is absolutely decimated, quite the contrary.
Yeah, he's going to say, oh, we're doing great. We're doing the best. Our numbers are up. Our education is up. He's going to lie. Another clueless clown with Tasha. Hello, Michael. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 7,000, guys. Good morning, Michelle Lee. Trump's an idiot. He would come back saying it's the best economy ever while it hits rock bottom. Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, Lisa, I have to tell you something. The police officer got in contact with Maggot. So I got to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you on the other live because I'm going to do a video on it. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Listen, guys, we're going to cut this off. I love you guys. You in the bushes, come out and play with us next time. And I love you guys. So come back. I'm going to play the video of Polly and Danny Robinson. Okay, I'm going to play that video. Thank you, Maureen. YouTube is suppressing Mexit channels, says Debbie. People are losing accounts again. Ooh, I don't even talk about her no more. So hopefully they won't mess with me. Right, Debbie? We do talk about her, but not as much. Like, we won't be talking about her today. She's going to Australia. I just can't believe it. Yes, Lisa. Polly made the Annie show, and we're gonna watch it. Okay, so come back. Okay, I'm gonna shut this down, bring up another live, and we're gonna talk about it. See you soon.